So you want to watch Gundam Unicorn, huh? Maybe you saw the kit in a PewDiePie video, or perhaps you just wanted to know what that giant robot in Tokyo was. I mean, I can see the appeal. It's a short-length Gundam series, so it's easy to digest and get your fix of giant robots. It also has some absolutely fantastic visuals to boot. Today, I'm going to be discussing with you how fantastic of an anime Gundam Unicorn really is, and why it's the perfect way to start getting into the Gundam franchise. Because even for myself, who is a self-proclaimed mecha lover, it's really difficult to understand where the hell to start with Gundam. And I mean, Unicorn is where I started, so what's stopping you from doing the same? Gundam Unicorn takes place in UC, Universal Century 0096, which probably means nothing to you if you've never watched Gundam before. But if you have, it takes place 3 years after Mobile Suit Gundam Char's counterattack and 17 years after the 1 Year War. But don't worry, if you haven't watched Gundam before, don't get too intimidated, because these series aren't prerequisites to watch Unicorn. Just think of it as playing Halo Reach without playing Halo 1 through 3. It's a standalone story, and while playing the other games would enhance the story, it's not really required to enjoy it standalone. And I know there are some diehard Gundam fans out there that would say, well, you can't really appreciate and understand Unicorn without watching the other series first, and to that I say, stop gatekeeping Gundam. It's hard enough to get into as it is, and it's really confusing already. So just let people watch Unicorn, and if they enjoy it, they can go back and get the context later. You follow the protagonist, Banagher Links, a student at Anaheim Industry Technical School in the colony of Industrial 7, and the inherited pilot of the RX-0 Unicorn Gundam. His life changes one day when he meets a mysterious girl named Audrey Burne, as the encounter brings him closer with the aforementioned Unicorn Gundam, and its connections to an item called Laplace's box, which is an extremely valuable military asset, as it's said to contain a secret that could drastically turn the tide of the conflict between Zeon and the Federation. It's a 7-episode OVA series that you can watch on Australian Netflix. So you don't need to ask me 100 times in the comments below where you can watch it. Just use a VPN if it's not on your country's Netflix. It's so easy to access, you can even watch Code Geass while you're there. Each episode's runtime is approximately 1 hour. That means you can get through the entire series within 1 working day. So if you're really excited, you can take a day off for this one, and trust me, it won't be a letdown like Cyberpunk 2077. So without getting too in-depth and reaching spoiler territory, Gundam Unicorn really hits home as to what a mecha show should be. It's not just all about the giant robots. It's not so detached like Code Geass, but detached enough where you're still getting information and understand the conflict at hand to a bit of a deeper extent, rather than just seeing giant robots fly around everywhere, as well as understanding the characters' emotions and motives from all sides. Similar to how Zoid's Chaotic Century humanized people from the Empire, who were initially portrayed as the bad guys, quote unquote. Unicorn does the same kind of thing with many characters from Zeon, and allows them to have their redemptions within the series due to how compassionate our protagonist is. Similar to Van, he's a neutral player in this conflict, and ideally doesn't want to be involved with conflict at all, which makes a very interesting dynamic between the Unicorn and its pilot. The Unicorn is equipped with what's known as NT-D, New Type Destroyer, which can be forcibly brought out when a new type is detected. But the pilot of the Unicorn, ironically enough, is a new type, and with a strong enough will, is able to actually deactivate the Unicorn's destroy mode. To quickly clarify what a new type is, essentially it's the next evolution in human consciousness, so to speak, allowing fellow new types to connect on a subconscious level and understand each other. Kind of like the last fight in Naruto, where Sasuke and Naruto can understand each other and see each other's emotions when they exchange punches. So yeah, there's a bit of a dichotomy between what the Unicorn is built to do and what Banagher wants to do with it. But I won't go any further into it, just so you can experience it for yourself. At the end of the day, Gundam Unicorn is the absolute pinnacle of a Gundam cinematic experience. And if after this video Gundam still doesn't sound like something that's too interesting to you, and I haven't been able to convince you to watch it, just do yourself a favor and simply experience it just for the amazing visuals. Because man, does Gundam Unicorn ever look absolutely fantastic. I still can't get over it. This anime was made between 2010 and 2014, spanning 6 to 12 months between each OVA episode. So you're getting years worth of quality within an 8-hour sitting. Freaking watch Gundam Unicorn, man.